What up with y'all, man? It's MBrown. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Hello, ain't talking money, you can't talk to me. Hello, I spend it, come right back.
All right, today we got MBrown off the porch with us today.
Yeah, what's happening?
What's happening, gang?
Shit cool, man.
How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good as hell, man. It's nice as hell outside. It ain't.
Yeah.
It's like 57 or something.
Okay.
So the weather good, better than what it is up there. So
It's a movement, and we got Versace on the porch with us today, popping big shit.
yeah, Versace, that's my boy.
For sure, man. So how would you describe the drive down here from Chicago to Atlanta, man?
Man, it was long shit. It was a long drive, It's well worth it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never drove this far before. I just wanted to see the scenery, so I ain't even see nothing because it was dark the whole time. So I ain't see nothing. But hey, it's just the experience, Matter of fact, I'm gonna just say this on everything, just the truth. We was in the town, matter of fact, like last night, and man, there was some, man, I don't even want to really go into the race, man, but it's some towns that you stop at these gas stations. I'm gonna tell you, just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I experienced some stuff like for real, like just last night, like, dang, it's really like that, and I kind of got the feeling of what we used to go through back then, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that's crazy, I ain't gonna go too deep into it. I'm gonna just say be careful when you come down here, you know what I'm saying? Like, stopping in these little towns that you don't know about, just be careful, and just, enjoy the ride.
Stay on point.
Real talk.
So this your first time in Atlanta?
No, this my third time in Atlanta.
Yeah. So how would you compare Atlanta to back home to Chicago?
It's basically like, it's like more love, like in Atlanta. I ain't gonna need flex. Like Chicago, it's definitely love, but you really gotta be on your P's and Q's, you know what I'm saying? But in Atlanta, you gotta be the same way, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? But it's like more like love and support, you know what I'm saying? Like that I noticed, you know what I'm saying? Like the support system is different, but Chicago, they got you too. Like they supportive too, but you just gotta, it's just I don't know, man, I really can't even pinpoint it like that, you know what I'm saying? It's basically like the same culture, you know what I'm saying? Like depending on where you at, but Chicago is like, it's more, it's a little rough, you come to Atlanta, it's people cool, like, all right. You still gotta be careful though, but, it's a little rough that way, and down here it's kind of, like, love.
More unity.
Shit. Yeah.
So how would you describe your childhood coming up in Chicago?
Actually, bro, I caught some cases and stuff when I was young. I'm from Chicago, but I've been all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like I caught a little charge, in Chicago, so I had to relocate. I've been in, Milwaukee, Decatur, Illinois, Gary, Indiana, Kenosha, Wisconsin. So man, like going back to Chicago in the summertime, my family and stuff, like, that's how it really was. Like I wasn't raised there, I was just raised in all types of places, bro. Like we was just going through stuff here, so we had to relocate. So Chicago, that's just my home though, you know what I'm saying?
That's real. So what type of mishaps would you say you endured or experienced being out there in the streets of Chicago or all the other various places you just named?
Oh, man, like the worst thing, the most scariest thing, man, is, a lady, she caught a heart attack, and somebody that I was with, he ain't get caught, I got caught. So what happened was, I didn't even know he was doing it. We just got off the L. So we on, man, where we was at, man? Bro, we just got off the green line on 35th. And I was talking to him and he like disappeared or something. And I'm like, I turn around, he got the gun to the lady window, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what the hell, like what you doing? You know what I'm saying? So we take off. We going about our day like it's normal. We ain't thinking none of the lady or none of that. So we go down the street. The police, we went to the store, cause the gun he had, it wasn't real though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had no real gun, so it looked real. But I'm like, man, I want one too. So he was taking me to the store to go get it. So I'm like, I'm finna grab me one too. So the lady, we snatching and we run. The lady started chasing us, the Asian lady. She started chasing us, and the police just swarmed. Like he was already gone. We was already running, so they swarmed me and caught me. So I'm thinking like, in my head, I'm young. I'm like, man, why they swarming with all these police like this? So they grab me, take me back to the scene, and they trying to resuscitate the lady. And the police just start like beating me up, like, man, you did this, woo. I'm like, man, I ain't do it. I'm like, I ain't do it. So they start beating me up in the back seat, like, man, if she die, we gonna kill you. So I'm like, like, I ain't do it though. Like, they was trying to get it out me. Like, I'm like, they took me to the 51st police station in Chicago. And shit, I just sat there until my people came to get me. You know, and they like, yeah, he did this, woo, woo. Like, that was like a scary experience, because I'm thinking she about to get out of here. I'm like, man, I'm finna go down for this, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the most like traumatic, you know, things I've been through in Chicago. You know, that's why I really had to, you know, get out of the city.
Straight like that. Yeah. So talk about beating the case overall. Like, you a kid fighting an attempted murder charge and a robbery charge. Like, that's some big shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. So was you tried as an adult?
Nah, hell no.
So it was juvenile case and shit still.
I ain't gonna even flex, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just stayed gone, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, just got out of there really. You know, the lady okay though, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't never even, it's like the case was like, I had to stay out of town. But every time I went back to Chicago, I had to be on my P's and Q's. Like, man, I couldn't get in no trouble really. I couldn't really do nothing. I was still doing stuff, and I wasn't even really thinking about, you know, the severity of that case, you know what I'm saying? So, you know.
No, that's some real shit though. So let's talk about your father though, who was locked away for murder, serving 35 years.
Yeah. When I was like 8, we got a call. My mama, she used to record us. Like, she was on some, trying to record us to see, just so when we get older, you know, we can watch it when we get older. And she got the call right on the camera, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, she didn't get the call. She told us on the camera. She was like, you know, your dad, you know, he locked up for murder. And I remember I was like, dang, what, a lady died? I remember saying that, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, it did something to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I ain't gonna never have my dad, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of stuff that I thought about, and it kind of changed my behavior in the school system and all that. So it kind of did it did affect me, you know what I'm saying? Because my little brother, you know, he had his pops, you know, and I'm like, you know, pops, he wasn't really that, like, anyway, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? You know, they was there, like, for my brother, you know what I'm saying? There was a whole lot of stuff going on, you know, that I ain't really understand, you know, so, yeah, it affected me a whole lot, like, especially growing up, you know, like, you know, yeah.
Shit, that's real though. There's a lot of shit you was doing as a kid though, because at the same time, you know what I'm saying, your father went away. You yourself was charged with attempted murder and a robbery. But you also snuck into the So Sexy video with Twista R Kelly, bro. Like, they ain't the most Chicago shit I ever heard, bro. So how the hell did you end up on that set?
Man, bro, everybody was out there. It was on 63rd and Cottage in Chicago. And everybody was on the radio and all that. Like, man, R. Kelly got a video shoot. We didn't even know what song it was, though. And everybody just came there, and everybody was crowded outside. R. Kelly, it took him a minute to get there. I know we was waiting on him, but Twista, he was there. He came out, you know, came to the people. So when it got dark outside, I'm like, man, I'm finna try to, cause the gate was broke. Where they was shooting, that was the trenches for real. Like, it looked like all that in the video, but it was the trenches right there, like straight up. So the gate was broke. So I'm young, so I go through the gate, shit, and I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, man, you standing out, like you know you're like thinking about it now. It's like I know people's looking like, man, dude don't belong in this video. Like, but I'm thinking I'm blending in with the people. So R. Kelly, he right there, I'm watching them do the video shoot. R. Kelly, he got his own chair. Twista, he got his own chair. And I'm like, man, that's R. Kelly right there. It's a dude next to me. He snuck in too. He was grown as hell. So I'm hugging the models. They greasy as hell. I'm like, damn, I'm driving all the models. I'm like, yeah, you feel me? I'm in here. So R. Kelly, he right there sitting down. I'm like, man, R. Kelly. I'm like, R. Kelly. He turned around and he just said, what up to me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, man, they shooting. Like, he like, man, I want to get in this part right here. I'm just behind the scene, the models, all that, the fan. I'm seeing all that, the whole video shoot, the whole he did. So that was a motivational experience, like, especially like young, being in a real video shoot. Then I went around to Twista, his trailer. Then I'm like, man, I sing, cause at the time I was trying to sing and stuff. So I'm like, man, I sing. He closed the curtain and stuff. He said, what up to me, closed the curtain. You know, so that's what that was. It was definitely a good ass experience, like this whole video shoot. Like, man, I'm in this motherfucker.
Sure.
But I got kicked out though.
Why they kick you out?
They kicked me out because they like, you in a video shoot? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, what's your name? I told him my name. He looked on the list. He like, you not on here. You got to get out of here. So two big dudes, they was walking with Twista. He like, man, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going here, slide out of here.
For sure.
You know, but I had this experience. I was in there for like 30 minutes though, like seeing everything. Like.
So let me ask you this then. When would you say you jumped off the porch?
I'd say like 12. Everything like 12 years old. It's like, that's when everything started. You know, the department doing 18 months in Department of Corrections. It really started, bro, like, man, to be honest, man, believe it or not, like, damn near 8, bro. Like, straight up started just doing some stuff you wouldn't even believe, bro, that I can't even speak on to this day, you know what I'm saying, at 8. So, you know, just watching my uncles grow up, like them coming in with a whole lot of money, whole lot of jewelry. They used to be throwing money in the Air Force. We used to be scrambling on the floor for the money. So and they used to pick us up in stolen cars, all types of stuff. So we kind of looked up to them and we just really started doing the same stuff they was doing, like straight up, like 8, but 12 when it got for real, like when I was really out there, you know what I'm saying, like real talk.
That's real. So when would you say you started making music?
Man, music really always been there, like I say like around 10. I used to watch my uncles, like when I was younger, like 8 and all that, my uncles, they used to be recording on the cassette tapes, you know, so I used to be like, you know, they used to record on them, then you could hear their voice. So I used to be like, man, damn, I thought only the big people can, you know what I'm saying, get on a tape and rap and stuff like that. So I tried to talk on the tape thinking that was gonna work. You know, I tried to put it up in there. I don't even hear myself. I'm like, man, how the hell they do that? So shit, I was just infatuated with like, man, just being able to record, cause I thought it was only for the big people, you know what I'm saying? So, shit, it's really been, man, it's my life, you know what I'm saying? Like straight up, it's just always been there and it's just been elevating over the years. I've been through, you know, all types of stuff like going to jail and, you know, doing a little time and stuff like that. So it really always been there, but right now it's like, for the last like 5 years or something, it's just been in me. Like I bought my own studio, you know, just to have my own space, you know. So I always been there. My mama always played music in the crib, you know, music just always been around, always been a part of the family.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
When would you say you noticed the turning point in your career?
I'll say 2016. Like, matter of fact, like the turning point, like what you mean by that? Like
when would you say you started noticing your career started taking off? Like success was just at the front of your door every day?
I ain't gonna need flex, like 2016. You know what I'm saying? Like all the moves, stuff started like falling in place. I started meeting good people, good promoters in Chicago. You know, got my song played on the radio. My song was on, my song Hello.
It was on GCR Power 92?
Power 92.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was, it's on Heat Check right now. It's a show on Facebook called Heat Check. His name, Ren Terry and DJ K Caesar. So they run that show. My song been undefeated on that show for like almost 2 years now. So I've been pushing that. I've been pushing it out here when I came out here. So really coming to Atlanta really showed me that song, like people been showing love to the song, you know, but coming to Atlanta really showed me like, man, people, man, they rocking with this one right here. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna push this one.
Nah, for real.
Dang,
Talk about being homeless in Atlanta for 35 days.
Damn, speaking of that, man, this my boy right here, Versatility. You know, he had to come with me, or it was gonna either be he go to a shelter or he come with me. So I just brung him down. I bought a bus ticket. You know, I just had lost my baby too. My BMS had a miscarriage. You know what I'm saying? So like 4 days later, you know, I came down here and we got on the Greyhound and we just shot down here. And I was just, you know, in the airport, sleeping in the airport. You know, like a lot of people ain't really know. Like they thought really that I was down here in the hotel room and all that. They ain't even know how I was living, like, cause every time I went live or something or showed a picture, I was grinding with my music, with my mixtape. But I was sleeping in the airport bathroom. I was meeting people that was actually like sleeping in there. They looked like they about to take a flight, but they was homeless too. So they showed me the game. So I was just all through Atlanta. I was sleeping on the MARTA. You know, I go from one end to the other end. You know, I went to jail out here for a day because I was selling my mixtapes. I think it's 5 points.
Yeah.
That's 4 points in one of those. Points, yeah. 5 points. I was at 5 points and bro just came up to me, locked me and my dog up. We in the cell together. Oh, damn. But selling my mixtapes. So I met some good people though in the process. Like,
what happened to Versace when you was in jail?
He was in the cell with me.
Damn, for real?
On everything.
They let you keep him?
They let me keep him. I'm like, man, I told dude like it was, like, bro, come on, bro. Bring my dog with me. Like, ain't none of that. Like, he gotta come with me. So one police, he was cool as hell. He was like, man, go ahead and let him keep his dog with him, you know. So he came in there with me. Shit, we both got locked up out here.
Damn.
For selling mixtape, for selling my music.
Versace a real one.
Real talk. He stayed down with me.
That's real. What would you say it takes to make it out of Chicago to be successful in the music industry?
I ain't gonna lie. It's just, damn near relocate. I ain't gonna even flex, bro. Like, relocate. It's already too much going on. You know, you see what's going on around you, just relocate. And a lot of people feel like, man, you gotta hire this, you gotta hire that to really relocate, man. You really don't. Cause as soon as you go somewhere, man, you gonna catch that blessing. You're gonna catch that blessing. You're not gonna be on the street or none of that. Like, a lot of people be picturing, oh, I'm gonna be on the streets, you know what I'm saying? This and that, I ain't got no money, I ain't got this. But you relocate, you're gonna be blessed, and you gonna get blessed with some shelter. It's easy to leave. Like, man, a lot of people losing their kids and all that, man. Rest in peace to all of them, you know what I'm saying? But it's easy to just leave. Like, you gotta relocate, really. Or you can't even go to the suburbs no more because it's stuff going on in the suburbs.
Yeah, I heard about that. Everybody saying the suburbs wild now. That's wild.
Man, it's crazy, bro. It ain't even safe up there. It ain't even safe in the suburbs. So you just really gotta relocate, man. Yeah. Go somewhere and come back and visit the crib. You know what I'm saying? Come back to the crib. You know, go back to the crib. You know, it's just too much going on, man. I feel like the best way to escape it, bro, is to relocate, go somewhere else. You know. And never forget where you came from.
That's real. What is it that you want listeners to take from your music?
Man, my story, like my vibe, like my, you know, the pain, you know, that I go through, that I still go through, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff that I make, it don't even be, like, I can make a club song, right? And it'll be off of the stuff that I'm going through in life. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a whole nother, like, you would think like, man, he was feeling good when he made this. Nah, honestly, I was probably going through some stuff and it just came out like that. A beat came, you know, a lot of times the pain be so severe, I can't even express it and put it on the paper. It'd be something else, you know what I'm saying? It'd have to be a club song or something you can vibe to, ride to, or sometimes it come right out, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. It come right out, the pain come right out. You know.
What else you working on right now?
Man, bro, I be working on all types of stuff at the same time, man. Like, I'm just making new music all the time. I stay in the studio. Man, every day I'm in the studio. You know, that's the best thing, you know, I invested in. I ain't gonna lie. Like, just have my own space. You know, got me a good engineer that I could communicate with and he sent me my songs back like that, you know. So, you know, he out of Detroit, Ethan, you know. So man, shout out to bro, you know.
Straight
Definitely
up.
be getting my music back good and the sounding right, you know. Real talk.
Any last words and shout outs?
I want to give a shout out to my whole city. You know what I'm saying? Chicago, man, we can definitely do better. You know, it's a way out, you know. You can always, it's the world big, you know, and a lot of people feel like they gotta, you know, stay where they at, man, but it's a whole big world. And a lot of y'all know that too, you know. It's big out there, so just open y'all minds up, you know, and just we can do better, you know, real talk. It's my whole family, the producers, the team producers I work with, my engineer, my cameraman, Lou, what it do, you know, everybody that I work with, like everybody that work with me, you know, that's with the movement.
Straight like that. MBrown, we appreciate having you on the porch with us today, gang.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be smooth.
Hello, ain't talking money.